Good afternoon, you're watching the Midday News. My name is Sharon Kalimbula. The top stories: the United Party for National Development Alliance partner MDC against putting newly recruited civil servants under NAPSA. Drug Enforcement Commission and Transparency International Zambia join arms to fight corruption.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB for information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
The Midday News in detail. The Biomedical Union of Zambia President Daniel Mwembe has called for the formulation of a policy that will tie doctors and other health workers operating from rural areas to these places for a minimum period of 5 years as one way of solving reports of absenteeism in rural areas. In an interview, Mr. Mwembe explains that the change has...
Government has increased on the numbers of these health workers, so there should be some policy to tie them to stay there and give the service to the people. If we are going to talk about quality health care closer to the people of Zambia, then we are talking about every area, especially these vulnerable communities, we call them vulnerable rural and remote communities, where somebody will go there and just a minute away they will find a way going back to Lusaka or going back to the Copper Belt. Can the government come up with a deliberate policy to tie them in these areas so that they can give this service? And if we are going to say health for all, then we need to ensure that these rural communities are not left out. We need to ensure that manpower is available and also commodities are available. All these essential things that they need for them to receive health care services. We need to make sure that they are available, and that's why we are hoping that government is going to come up with a strategy to ensure that these people are kept in these areas where they are going.
The Movement for Democratic Change has proposed that the newly recruited civil servants in the education and health sectors be placed under the Public Service Pensions Fund and not the National Pension Scheme Authority (NAPSA). MDC Vice President Leonard Hikaumba notes that NAPSA does not pay a lump sum to workers upon retirement, which to some extent has worked against them. Mr. Hikaumba is hopeful that the United Party for National Development, to which the MDC is in an alliance with, is a government that is responsive to the needs of the people, as evidenced from the recruitment of over 40,000 civil servants in the first year of driving the wheels of the economy.
Pension issues have been a matter of concern in Zambia, and Republican President Hakainde Hichilema is on record championing reforms on the National Pension Scheme Authority (NAPSA) Act so that workers can benefit more from their hard-earned money. This year, over 30,000 teachers and 11,000 health personnel will be added to the pension schemes, and the Movement for Democratic Change, which is part of the UPND alliance, has proposed that the new government workers must be placed under the Public Service Pension Fund and not the National Pension Scheme Authority. MDC Vice President Leonard Hikaumba says this is because, unlike PSPF, NAPSA does not pay a lump sum to workers upon retirement, adding that this will bring competition on how to better administer the workers' money.
NAPSA is under pressure to see how they can answer to the demands by the president that workers should be able to access their benefits. Under NAPSA, as we may all know, there are no lump sum payments for those who qualify for pension. They get what is called income replacement ratio. Then there's no lump sum payment. So to access anything under such an arrangement is not easy. So really, that is our appeal. And maybe even the other serving civil servants, the government and NAPSA should arrange so that they may go back to the Public Service Pensions Fund to give it more life, and so that NAPSA can have a competitor.
Mr. Ikaumba, who is also the former Zambia Congress of Trade Unions president, also shared his views on retirement age during a press conference in Lusaka Thursday.
But there should be a provision that an employee should be able to retire any time after attainment of the age of 55. If one wants to retire at, say, 56, they should have that liberty to retire at that age. If one wants to retire at 57, it should be possible for someone. But currently, the law is such that if one missed to retire at 55, they have to wait for 60 years.
He adds that the rule of law has been restored in the country as evidenced in the handling of election petitions by the courts. Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Third Liberation Movement Party President Enoch Tonga has called for the formulation of a law which will safeguard public servants beyond the tenure of political party office. In an interview, Mr. Tonga says a mutual separation between the Electoral Commission of Zambia and the current Chief Electoral Officer at the Commission makes sad reading, as it is a clear indication that some individuals feel uncomfortable after the change of government. He notes that protecting such positions under the Constitution will also ensure the independence of these institutions.
A number of public office holders in key institutions in the country have left office since the change of government from the Patriotic Front to the United Party for National Development (UPND) in August 2021. Latest is the announcement that Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ Chief Electoral Officer Patrick Nshindano will part ways with the Commission on a mutual agreement effective 7th August 2022. This has not sat well with some stakeholders, among them the Third Liberation Movement Party, who have called for a law which will protect bearers of such offices to ensure that they outlive various administrations. Party President Enoch Tonga was speaking to Camnet News.
That means that these people who are working as public office bearers must be protected. How? We can use the law. They must be under the law so that when Mr. Tonga becomes the president, he finds it difficult to fire them. That way we shall secure their jobs. In addition, it is possible also to allow them rising through the ranks within the institution. That will help a lot. But my concern is this, that whenever government changes, we are changing public office bearers. That is not correct, because these individuals are Zambians and they need to be protected so that they can enjoy their public jobs.
Meanwhile, in a phone interview, National Democratic Congress NDC faction President Savoy Imboela has also commented on the separation of Mr. Nshindano and ECZ.
So it's very, very worrisome, because now the kind of person that they're going to bring, trust me, if we are not careful, it's going to really, really compromise our democracy, because we need a person of integrity, like I said earlier on. And so if they're going to bring a stooge, a person without a backbone who will just be a yes, bwana, then ECZ is going to be destroyed.
ECZ announced the mutual separation of Mr. Nshindano in a press statement on Wednesday, with the contracts of ECZ chairperson Justice Esau Chulu and his vice Emily Sikazwe having not been renewed in June 2022. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Flyboat Sales and Assistant Manager Stanley Singer has underscored the need to continue exploring ways of making farming easier through innovation and technology. Mr. Singer observes that Zambia can only improve productivity in the agriculture sector by mechanizing various ways of adding value to the agricultural products. He has cited the mechanized maize pillar as an important tool towards improving productivity levels among farmers. Mr. Singer was speaking to Camnet TV during the just-ended Agriculture and Commercial Show under the theme Innovation Through Technology, Technology Transforms Business.
The just-ended 94th Agriculture and Commercial Show, marked under the theme Innovation Through Technology, Technology Transforms Businesses. Zambians were treated to entertainment and exhibitions in various sectors. Zambia's Agriculture and Commercial Show is the country's main exhibition, which could not be held the past 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and this year's event was a hive of activities, especially business linkages. As usual, a number of foreign and local exhibitors were in attendance, and a number of companies showcased their innovations and how technology helps to make life easy for the people. Zambia being a farming nation, agriculture plays a vital role towards revenue generation, national and household food security. Maize being the country's staple food, while in rural communities it is too involving to peel maize, as most people use hands, which is both labor intensive and time consuming. During the show, Flybot demonstrated that things can be done better using a mechanized maize peeler.
It's very fast than using a manja. Yeah, you can share up to 40 bags per hour. And using a manja, you can't make 40 bags in an hour time. So this is the advantage for this one. So even you finish to show your own maize, you can hire also to other people so that you make money using the same machine.
In the Zambian market, this machine fetches between 15 and 17,000 kwacha.
Once you buy a diesel full tank for this diesel engine, you can work up to 2 to 3 weeks. Just only the full tank of this engine.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Kawata Constituency Member of Parliament Andrew Tayengwa has donated assorted items to Kawata Clinic on Thursday. The items, which include disinfectants, will be used to clean the wards and other sanitary rooms. The lawmaker notes that a clean environment helps in preventing the further spread of diseases. Meanwhile, Mr. Tayengwa has revealed that another institution has expressed willingness to donate some medicines, which will be distributed to all the health centers in the constituency.
Kawata lawmaker Andrew Tayengwa has this week been very busy engaging constituency members on matters that affect them, genuinely appreciate the challenges and seeing to it that those that can be solved without the central government are dealt with. Wednesday, Mr. Tayengwa visited Kawata Clinic, where he donated some disinfectants with hope that this will help maintain a clean zone for the patients. While the facility looks tidy, the shortage of medicine is evident, as some of the patrons at the clinic revealed that they were only given prescriptions after being attended to. Mr. Tayengwa has however assured them that government is on course in making sure that health centers are fully stocked with essential drugs, adding that some stakeholders will soon donate some medical supplies which will supplement government's stance of providing universal health coverage.
Yesterday I was actually at Chilenje First Level Hospital, and the things that I found at Chilenje cannot compare Chilenje with here. At least here we've discovered that even the ablution blocks, the toilets themselves, they're clean. The environment itself, it's welcoming and it's very clean. I think even the workers here at Kawata Clinic, they know what they are doing. I actually came here to give a donation, some cleaning chemicals that we actually got from BB Enterprise, and these cleaning chemicals, I hope they will go a long way so that they can use them to continue cleaning the environment here at Kawata Clinic.
Meanwhile, Kawata Clinic in charge hopes that the Member of Parliament will lobby for the things needed at the health facility.
We are very grateful for the gesture they have given to us. They have brought materials at least to help us to take us a long way. We have been struggling with materials, and once we have materials, at least even the facility will look clean will not have struggles in terms of what to use at the end of the day. So thank you very much to my team and to the team which has visited us. At least for us to be where we are today, it's because of teamwork. Thank you very much.
Messi Chanika reporting for Camnet TV News in Lusaka.
Transparency International Zambia and the Drug Enforcement Commission Thursday signed a memorandum of understanding to work jointly to fight corruption and money laundering in Zambia. The two organizations who collectively resolved to get rid of the evils of corruption, drug abuse and maladministration, among other vices, say they are cognizant of the need to work collaboratively in order to leverage on the collective strengths and abilities in the quest to contribute to the betterment of Zambia. TIZ, through its People Engagement and Advocacy Program, are working at fostering attitudinal and behavioral change among people, while the Drug Enforcement Commission is anchored on 6 values that guide its operations, among them integrity and accountability. The MOU is set to provide a robust whistleblowing mechanism in the institutions, which is envisaged to encourage timely and swift receipt of information that forms the basis for investigation of illicit drug activities, money laundering, abuse of public resources, and related vices. The MOU was signed by TIZ Executive Director Maurice Nyambe and Deputy Director Ronet Chanda.
Delighted to be signing this MOU today with the DEC, which we consider to be another critical player in our quest to fight corruption and to promote good governance in Zambia. Now, through our People's Engagement and Advocacy Program, which Achilando has spoken about, we are working at fostering attitudinal and behavioral change among people through empowering them to be aware of and to claim their rights, as well as to hold their leaders and service providers accountable in order for them to act in ethical ways. Now, we are aware that the DEC, through its Integrity Committee, aims at spearheading and facilitating the process of preventing corruption internally through best.
Also wish to note that the DEC is anchored on 6 values that guide its operations, and these include integrity, teamwork, innovativeness, confidentiality, impartiality, and accountability. It is evident that the DEC and TIZ share common ground in the 2 values of integrity and accountability. This provides a good launchpad for our concerted efforts. Therefore, the MOU being signed today is a significant statement that our 2 institutions are firmly resolved to unite in the fight against corruption and related vices that tend to negatively affect good governance. The MOU will provide a framework within which joint sensitization activities will be conducted among the general public across the nation of Zambia. These activities are aimed at raising awareness levels and a sense of responsibility in our citizenry to take keen interest in the affairs of public service delivery. Further, the MOU will provide a robust whistleblowing mechanism.
But that's where we wrap that for our Midday News. The headlines once again. United Party for National Development Alliance partner Movement for Democratic Change against Putin newly recruited civil servants under NAPSA. The Drug Enforcement Commission and Transparency International Zambia join arms to fight corruption. Thank you so much for choosing Camnet TV. Join us again for our main news at 19:30 this evening. Good night. Good afternoon.